Now, you originally started out your kind of net career at, web career at Net Mechanic.
I did. I was, back in the early, in fact, I gotta tell you, I probably came into search in one of the weirdest backgrounds of anybody in this industry. I used to be a missile officer. We used to do targeting of other missiles and
now, is that in the Air Force, United States?
I was actually in the Army. I was
That's
a
in the
missile
Army.
officer. And, you know, it's kind of funny. I tell people that. I worked on a lot of computer simulations. In fact, I got a kind of bizarre background because I actually got into the web via the computer simulations I was working on, because I got kind of known as the geek in our division and everything, because I was a computer woman. And you know, at the time I was Microsoft certified. I actually was the IT manager for our little Silicon Graphics, IRIX, it's a version of Unix, operating system. So I was actually pretty versed in that environment. I was real comfortable in that. And my boss walked in one day and he goes, we got a conference in about a month. You think you can throw together a website? This was like 1994, 95, something like that. I didn't even know what HTML was. But you know, I was the geek, so I was like, let me see. So I threw together this website. And you know, the ironic part is, go back, they're still using it. Honest to God, every once in a while I go back to see it. It's the most hideous thing in the world. The spinning globes that were big back then. It's a frame site. It's like
flaming logos.
Yes. There's a little thing at the bottom where you click on it to do a mail, and this little mailbox opens and closes. Oh, it's hideous, and they're still using it. They update. I'm serious. They update the date on it because it's an annual conference that they do, and they're still using it today because nothing else really changes for this conference. But I got known as the person that did the HTML, and pretty soon I had everybody and their brother come to me. Can you build an HTML site for me? Can you build this website for me? And suddenly my computer simulation work was being shoved to the side, and they were saying, well, this is more important. You need to do this because this is like critical to what's going on. So I was starting to build websites left and right. And I discovered it was a lot of work. You know, the link checking, the maintenance on the websites. And my husband and one of my best friends worked with me, and they were programmer geeks. And I said, this is really tedious, having to check these links every time I make a change on this website, I break something. And so they started building me these tools. And that actually evolved into Net Mechanic, because they put the tools online so I could work from home or from my office. And I would use what later became Net Mechanic tools, the HTML checker, the link checker, the graphics optimizer. They built them all just to make I guess basically because I complained a lot about this is a lot of work, and I'd come home in a bad mood. And so they built me all these tools. And we had it out on the web. We had no idea the value of it, and we get this phone call from this guy who's a venture capitalist out in Washington State. And he said, I'd like to buy your tools. Now, we just had them sitting out there free at the time. And we go, you know, we may have something here. So we threw together this really ugly website. The first website we had nasty icons for navigation. It was this hideous orange color. It was just everything nasty you could possibly. Oh, you're laughing. You probably saw it. I remember it. It was orange and brown.
It was the original Net Mechanic background.
It was. And we had this little dorky-looking robot guy, but we put that together, and all of a sudden we got all this traffic. I mean, we were getting like traffic, and I mean tons of traffic. And I happened to also have an MBA, and they said, look, you know how to do marketing. Well, this isn't something they taught in marketing school. Right. I mean, this was all new. And I just started playing with it. And I'll tell you, I got addicted overnight. And we quit all our day jobs, and we started Net Mechanic. And I just fell in love with it. I mean, and SEO back then was so easy. That's when you could get, you could get most of the top 10 places for your company. I think at one time, I had like a top 5 ranking for just about every search-related term. I'm serious. And the sad part is, at one time I owned most of those domain names. And when we sold the company, they went with the company, the new company. They didn't know what they had. We had domain names I probably could have retired on. Too late, hindsight.
It's hard though.
It is, but no, that's kind of how Net Mechanic. But yeah, it's kind of a stretch coming from a computer missile simulation background into the web, and then going on to SEO. But you know, it was a matter of reality. We had no marketing money, and since I was the marketing person, it's kind of fun. I actually fell in love with marketing online, and I tell you what, it's been the smoothest transition I've ever had in a job. I loved it. I never, you know, I still wake up and I'm pretty excited about what I do because I really feel like I'm benefiting, and it's still fun. So
Cool.
as long as it can still be fun.
Well, speaking of founding things, are you still involved with Simple at all? We were.
No, actually, I'm not right
You're
now. I was, yeah, I still own the domain name. I told you I bought a lot of domain names.
Haven't we all? Haven't we all?
Yes. But now, actually, it's mostly a time thing, to be quite honest. I mean, you and I were both on the board on the original Simpo, and it was fun, but, you know, it's a matter of, I just don't have time for it anymore.
Right.
It is, I got to concentrate my time on doing business and everything else I'm doing. So I had to drop something out of there, and so I kind of stepped away from it.
Okay, all right.
We did
Well,
our time.
yeah, we did, and it was a hard year.
It
was a cold year.
These new board of directors have absolutely no idea how easy a ride
Oh,
they're getting.
I think they know.
I think you and I had a number of phone conversations about that year.
They come up to me at conferences and go, Brett, thanks for doing that. You know, they know. There's a couple of them. They have a clue. So, in fact, we just talked with Dana earlier today.
Did you?
She knows. So.
Yeah.
Well, we're about out of time here, so thank you for being with us, Christine.
You know what? I always enjoy talking.
Thank you.